Hello, I'm Chris. I hope you're doing well. This is week 2 of Cornered by Books. I did film last week. I attempted to film last week, but the video, by the time I filmed it, it overran and then I ran out of storage. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to start from scratch. I couldn't. I didn't really have the inclination or the heart to do it again because it just, when you film a video for as long as I had and it didn't get on me, then it kind of got a bit, I don't know, I just got a bit disheartened with it. And then after that I didn't really read either. I don't know, it just sent me down a spiral of doom scrolling on YouTube and things like that, which is unfortunate. What have I been up to? Last week was a bit of a weird week, with work and being half at work and being off with Sam as well. I had quite a lot to catch up on Thursday, Friday when I was back in. Me and Sam had fun though, went to the park and went shopping and did stuff like that. So we had nice times together. So that's that. Not really much else. I went to the gym Thursday, Friday because it's across from work. So I'm not going to go if I'm not going to go if I'm not in work, because it's too far away. So that's that. What else have I been up to? I've not really played much on my Switch lately. Been mainly reading and just chilling out as much as I can, really. Library books updates. So I did pick up more library books than I was intending on doing. Some I want to get to sooner rather than later. Some that I feel like probably need to go back. I've got one that's coming up on reserve. One needs taking back sooner rather than later, so I might read that one next. I'm not sure. So that's that. But yeah, too many library books on my reserve shelf. Trying to read what I've got, trying to read library books. I feel like I need to make a decision whether I cull all library books and just get one or two out of a week and see if I read them, rather than the way I'm doing them at the minute. So I need to really rethink the way I'm doing that, and it'll probably be something I'm still thinking about in the next video as well. Book haul. I don't have. Oh, I do have a book haul. That's why I was filming, and that's why it took so long. And then I was a bit disheartened with the amount of the length of the video I'd done, and it not saving it. So there is a book haul still to do. The books are in my bag, ready to go for the filming of it. But it just took so long, so I might do it a separate video as I did with my TBR1 video, if you've seen that. What I've been reading recently, I've just been reading Tree of Smoke. It seems to be taking me quite a while to read, but I'm enjoying it. I feel like it needs a reread, because I feel like I've picked it up, read 5 or 6 pages, 10 pages, say 20 maybe, and then maybe next time I picked up and read 50 pages. So I feel like I've been reading it a bit ad hoc and a bit here and there and everywhere. So I just feel like I need a reread of it. So it's on my radar. If I do see it out and about in a charity shop or in a bookshop, then I'll probably pick it up and reread it. So that's that. What I'm planning on reading next, well, I've got the book that's due back at the library soonest, and I've got Stoner I fancy reading, and then I've got a few Stoner by John Williams, as well as Butcher's Crossing by John Williams I want to read. Both of them seem really interesting. Well, Stoner I read twice last year. Butcher's Crossing is potentially a vacation read at the minute. I've got Kairos, but that's because of it's on a reading challenge on Goodreads, and I'm not sure if I want to read it or whether I'm reading it for that. I've got Fury by Cleo Mendoza, who's Mexican. I fancy reading that. I've got the book by Olga Tokarczuk, Drive Your Plough Over the Bones of the Dead, to read as well. And then I've got I Heard You Paint Houses by Charles Brandt, which I also want to read as well. So that's that. There's 6 there, but at the minute I'm not sure. I've got 9 books I'm currently reading, as well. So I've got like things like Tree of Smoke by Dennis Johnson, Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk, which I wanted to listen to on audiobook but didn't like the audiobook. So that's a possibility of next book. What else have I got? I've got the art book I'm reading, which I'm enjoying, but I want to try and get that finished now. Coming Alone, I'm reading it across the year, so I'm not too bothered about. I've got Flea, Acid for the Children, which was on audiobook, which I need to finish once I get more hours on that. And then I've got Noam Chomsky and George Louis Borges that I've not really made much progress in since I put them down. Clive Barker, I'm still reading Books of Blood, Volume 4 to 6. I've got 1 story left of Volume 4, and then I can move on with 5 and 6. But I might pick them back up in October time when it's horror month. We'll see. Or I'll try and read that. I want to try and read the last story in that before I go away. So that's that. Weekend reads, I'm not sure, probably just Tree of Smoke, I think. I want to focus on that and get that finished so I can get it back to the library and see what I fancy reading next, because I've been reading it for a while now. I'm still working on my To Be Read Before Death list. So yeah, it's still something I'm working on. I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got 4 books so far, but I'm not sure where I'm up to with that yet. So I need to look into that a bit more and try and pinpoint. The hard thing is some of the books that I would have probably put on there are on the TBRs downstairs, like books like Catch-22 and books like, I don't know what else, like Memory Police. I've wanted to read that for a while and not read that, by Yoko Ogawa, and other books really. I'm trying to think what's downstairs, but I can't remember. So that's that. So yeah, that's why I'm finding it hard, because like I say, Catch-22 would probably be straight on that list. Probably the Roberto Alt book, the Flamethrowers and the 7 Madmen would be on that list. So things like that would be on the list. So yeah, I'm finding it hard at the minute to pinpoint the 10. So that's that. Vacation books, I'm kind of not quite at a point where I'm like, okay, I've not quite fully decided what I'm pinning down, or at the minute I've got a few up in the air. Like I fancy reading a few books off the TBR one, just because, like things like Red Dragon Wolf Hall, things like that are becoming more and more. Like I'm thinking I'm swaying kind of between longer books and shorter books at the minute. I'm swaying between Scottish author books such as Ian Banks and Ian Rankin. Their possibilities. I'm also considering things like Bukowski, Dostoevsky, I know it's not pronounced right, and things like that, and then I'm looking at my shelves now and I'm seeing things like Patricia Cornwell that I wanted to read, Ed McBain's like Cop Hater, his 87th Precinct. I'm still working my way through Mickey Splain's books, Lawrence Block books, so there are a couple of others. I feel like, I've got quite a lot. I'm trying to avoid hardback. That's something I kind of decided to avoid, just because, one, if, like, when we're on our vacation, if we're going out and about and stuff, and I'll take my messenger bag, but I might have to carry two books. I might have to carry mine and her book as well. So if I need to carry two books, then I want a paperback for myself, so then it's not taking up too much room. Although Wolf Hall is quite thick, but I do fancy, like, losing myself, like, either taking one book and making sure that I read it while we're away, or do I go for shorter books, like I was thinking Pulp, Cop Hater, Mickey Spillane, where I can read 3 or 4 shorter books. I was even thinking, like, things like The Wasp Factory. I was thinking of rereading Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, because it's one of my favourite books and it's just a quick read. It's something to enjoy. Stoner is up there as well, which I read twice last year, that I keep thinking about, and Butcher's Crossing. You know, I feel like they'd be good books to take, but I can't quite pinpoint exactly what I want to take. But then I also have in the back of my head where I'm like, not totally like wanting to pick, like, I have like a couple of weeks yet, so until I can fully decide when, I don't know. It's a difficult one, because right now, if you put a gun to my head and said what you're taking, I'd probably say John Williams, Stoner, Butcher's Crossing, Wolf Hall, Wasp Factory. But I don't really want to take rereads either, so then that rules out Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That rules out Stoner. That rules out Wasp Factory. I mean, there's like Angels and Demons is on TBR one shelf. Well, I've read that. Unknown Pleasures is. I've read that. So that rules them on Jigsaw Man as well. So that rules them 3 out. So I feel like I want to take new books that I've never read, either thinner or thick, like one thick one that I can either read when I get there, or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. At this point, I have no idea what I'm going to read. What I'm going to take, don't know. But I like the serendipity of maybe even packing it, because we're going Wednesday the 27th. Sorry, we're going Thursday the 27th, I think. I don't know whether it's 20. We're going Thursday anyway, on the last Thursday of August. So I don't know whether to pack Wednesday night, everything's packed, and then get up Thursday morning and see what tickles my fancy then, or whether I plan what I'm reading. I am kind of pulling together a few ideas of what I want to take, but I don't know. I feel completely stuck. I feel like I've got so much I want to take, or so much I want to read, that I just can't quite. I want to make sure that I don't want to take too many books. In case I pick stuff up, then I can read what I pick up. I don't want to not take enough and not have enough to read. I don't want to run out of books the first day we're there, you know. Because, like, the first day we're there is going to be a lot of travelling, and then once we're there, we'll probably... The first night is in a pub, so we might not do so much. We might go for a little walk at night when we get there and something to eat. But then the next 3 days are in, like, a little Airbnb sort of thing, so we might do more there. And then when we go to the caravan, we might just chill out and read more. So I do feel like I want a thicker book with some shorter books, but I can't pinpoint the books I want to take yet, and I'm so far off deciding, it's crazy. But I like it. I'd probably already have my books planned, but at the minute I'm just liking this serendipity of not knowing what I'm gonna take. I think it's great. So that's that. But I just wondered if how you decide your vacation books, or how you decide what you're gonna read next. Like me, lately I've not been. Usually I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to read that. But right now, I mean, I've got the books on the go I want to read, and I would have finished Acid for the Children, and I've got a book called Conference as well, which I've got in reserve at the library. But it has exercises in it, so I kind of wanted to read it and then do the exercises in the book. So I'm thinking of doing that. But I was hoping to do it with audio book. But if I've only got, say, 5 hours of Flea left, then I've got another 10 hours to go and listen to something else. You know, so I'm feeling like use my audio books to make sure I read at least one audio book a month. Well, listen to one audio book a month. So that's that anyway. So yeah, that's where I'm at the minute. I'll probably do another video shortly because it's week 3 now. I'm filming this a week later than what I was planning. So I'm going to still do week 3, and then I might do a book haul, or I might wait until I come back from vacation and then do a double bubble vacation, and or I might just do it when I've got time. I don't know where I'm going to be the next few days, so we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, which will be coming soon. Bye.